Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show right here on Shaw TV. And it's actually episode number 65 and the final episode here for the year 2013. A lot of fun and glad we can bring this to you here on Nanaimo Television. Our musical guest, a little bit different on this show. We've actually got a bit of a Christmas collaboration going on called Christmas Cheer, featuring Auliya Vicious from the Auliya Vicious Band, Oliver Galloway from No Operator. I'll be back there rocking some keyboards as well. And we also have a bit of a holiday fireside chat with Andrew Roberts, and we're hoping he brought his harmonica to join in also. Now on today's show, we're going to explain why I'm dressed up in this amazing suit. Got me feeling pretty tip-top, that's for sure. Now it's not because I got my high school prom coming up this year, because, well, that was last year, of course. Instead, it's actually a setup to talk about men's fashions. You see, all of our women hosts look so great. It's time for, like Santa said, it's time to get the guys dressed up and looking swell. So Brian's going to lead us through a conversation on that with fashion advisor Marcia Williamson, and how us dudes cannot look rude on this Christmas. Now, Tara Keepin, she's always does a pretty good job here on the show, getting the best segments as far as I'm concerned. So she's going to start off with a look at raw chocolate with chocolatier Vida Turok. Not to be confused with Roman Turek, who was a legendary goaltender for the Blues and the Stars and the Flames. He was terrible. Yeah, Todd Jones, not a fan. We're also going to have a segment on Christmas party food with Tara and Chef Sarah Wallbank. Now, on the education side of things, we're going to ask the question, are there strategies out there to help our children learn more effectively? Well, Joni's going to find out by speaking with tutor Amber Scotchburn from Tutoring with a Twist. Definitely got to check that out. Now, there's many amazing events, of course, happening in the Nanaimo area over the holiday season. We're going to highlight a couple that are here in Nanaimo. Winter Wonderland, that's one happening after Christmas, as well as the annual finale New Year's Eve party, and that's a family-friendly one there. Brian's going to get the details on those from recreation coordinators Deborah Beck and Gary Peterson. But first, we do have to emphasize there is no reason to drink and drive on the holiday season, or any season for that matter. And not only can we get you home safe, but you can get your vehicle home safe that well. What's that program? How can you take part? Brian's going to tell us after our flashy title sequence right now that lets us know that you are not watching the Shaw Burning Log. Instead, you're watching the show right here on Shaw TV.
Hi, I'm here with Don Allen, who is the coordinator of Operation Red Nose, and we are also here with, somebody has a red nose. We've got Patty Grand here as well, and she's a volunteer. Both of you are volunteers. You're volunteer coordinator. And so tell me a little bit about Operation Red Nose and what we can be looking for right now out on the streets. You've got all your volunteers out.
Operation Red Nose is about getting people home safe after an evening of cheer. It's run by volunteers, and it provides you and your friends and your vehicle a safe ride home.
Everybody gets a ride home. That's what I find really fascinating about it, is you've got a team of people that goes out, because one of my concerns was the idea that you're going out by yourself as a volunteer, but actually you have 3 people that are going to go out. We have Patty here, and you're a volunteer, so why don't you tell me a little bit about what it is to go out and be a volunteer for Operation Red Nose?
Sure, Joni, thanks. It's fun to be a volunteer, actually. I volunteered for my first time last year on New Year's Eve, and I was out and I was in a car with 2 other members, as you mentioned. We have an escort driver who drives their own car, a navigator who looks after where we're going and how we get there. And then we have a designated driver who drives the vehicle of the person who has called us and needs help getting home.
Right, so you've got a whole team of people, and so then anybody can call, and it is totally confidential as far as the person that calls for the ride is concerned. So you get to an event and you find that you need a ride home because you've had a little bit too much to drink. Everybody gets to get home safely, even the passengers in the car. That's a great aspect. This is your 18th year in doing this, but this is actually your 2nd year?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, I've already been out on one tour with Dawn. Otherwise, I've been in the office. What we're doing is, when someone does call, all they give us is their first name, the color and make of their vehicle, so we know how many seat belts and how many passengers we're driving. And then the escort vehicle, and me as the driver, would go to the location where we're picking up someone, and the navigator and designated driver would get in their car.
And the main thing is you have fun too, because this is a fun time of the year. And sometimes, you know, you might not be busy on New Year's Eve and you might want to help. And you were saying it's a great way to end out the year, helping your neighbors get home, your fellow Nanaimoites. And also it's just fun to drive with everybody else. You said it's a really good activity to do at this time of the year.
As a volunteer, I find it very fulfilling to get other people home safely. I can't tell you the last time I was out for New Year's Eve where I was drinking. But everybody else can go out and have their fun, and that's great. My whole thing is getting them home safely. And the volunteers have a great little group together. There are over 100 of us now. I think we're up to 120 volunteers. And we actually have a party at the central area where we all gather.
You have food, you have everything going. So tell me a little bit, Dawn, about the volunteers. You have over 100, as Patty said. You're looking for 160?
We'd like the more the merrier. And this year, for some reason, it's the demand is way up, and I think people are actually getting the message that's being put out there with, you know, changes to the drinking and driving laws.
Yeah,
and
you're saying the roadblocks are out in force.
Yeah, in full force, and we're getting a lot of calls. In fact, people are calling us prior to us starting just to make sure that we are going to be out there, and they put that into their plan for the evening.
Well, that's interesting. So they're actually going out, they're assuming that they don't have a designated driver, I guess, but they're going out with their cars. So it seems to me that people are kind of getting the message, I guess, because you can get really dinged if you go out.
And we tell people that if you are having a party, even if it's a house party, stop by our office, pick up some of our cards, pick up some of our promotional materials, if it's a staff party, whatever it is, and use us. And we take a great deal of pride in getting people home safe.
Well, that's great. And if people want to find out more about it, they can actually look at the bottom of the screen, and they can get your phone number, they can go to your web address, and you are looking for volunteers. And so that's really what we're doing right now, is getting people to sign up and become part of the fun. So, and we're going to say goodbye and move over to our next segment, but I just wanted to give you a chance to give us your slogan, because I like it so much.
If you're going to have some holiday cheer, call a deer.
There you go. Thanks so much, Dawn. Thanks, Patty.
Thanks you.
Joan.
And now we're over to our fashion plates, Matt and Brian.
Thanks, Joan. And I'm here with Marcia Williamson, who is a fashion advisor with Tip Top right here at Woodgrove Center in Nanaimo. And we're going to talk about a few things in terms of dressing the men for Christmas. And we're going to talk first about our host, who is dapper in his black outfit here. And maybe, Marcia, you can tell us a little bit about this outfit and what we've got Matt dressed up in, a little dressier type of outfit.
Yes, absolutely. Matt is wearing a slim fit black suit. The thing I'm really excited about with Matt's outfit is that he does have the classic white shirt, black tie, but the interesting thing is that the tie and the pocket square are they're different patterns. We've got a paisley tie and a bit of a check pocket square. So that's what we're seeing a lot in fashion these days. In men's fashion is pattern on pattern. It just adds a little bit of a kick, a little bit of something different than the average solid black, solid white shirt and white pocket square.
Great. Now, let's look at what we can do with Matt's outfit to sort of make it a little more casual. It's pretty formal, and you have a jacket and sweater here?
Yeah, so I brought a couple accessories with me. So for example, if we slip this jacket on here, this definitely adds a more casual look to Matt's right now formal look. So I'll just get you to put that on for me, please. Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah, the really exciting thing about this jacket too, it does have a zip out lining, so you can take it from right now more of a jacket look and you know, dress it up to more of a sports jacket type feel. So very nice.
Takes the chill off those winter evenings.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, that's a great look, and Matt's more of a casual guy than the real dressy kind of guy anyway.
Definitely an improvement, though, that's for sure.
All of this is an improvement. Wonderful.
Yes.
Let's look at some other things, and maybe thanks, Matt, for coming in.
Thanks so much.
And you can look at his fashions. This is a similar outfit that you've got me in, and it's, again, the paisley tie.
Yes.
But the matching pocket.
Yes, it is.
Very cheap.
Yes, Brian. I mean, yours is definitely a more bold look, very Christmas appropriate, of course. Obviously, you're wearing the red. The nice thing about this paisley tie is, too, it is a tone-on-tone, except we do have a little bit of a black outline amongst the pattern that really makes it pop. It makes it a forefront piece amongst the suit. So.
Good, good. We'll talk a bit about some other things, but I also want to show that it's back in to wear suspenders.
Yes.
So the black suspenders with the suit sort of gives you a dressy look, even when you take your jacket off and at the parties. So that gives us a little bit more of what we need to do. And what else can we do to sort of look at changing the look in this outfit?
Yeah, there's so many different looks that we can play with. I did bring a few along with me. For example, if we wanted to tone it down a little bit with the shirt, we can do just a basic tone-on-tone. We have a navy, dark navy with a black stripe. Again, if you wanted to...
Just hold that up here, sure.
Jazz it up a little bit. There is a burnt orange paisley tie you can throw with it. Again, pattern on pattern, seeing that a lot in men's fashion these days. However, if you wanted to stick with something a little more conservative, you can stick with the stripes. Again, we have a beautiful jewel tone peacock green here, mixed with a black stripe, so that would work as well.
So you've got about 3 looks with the same suit.
Yes, that's right. And another look I did want to showcase too is you can put, you've got your dress shirt, it's a small mini check. You can put it underneath. If you just want to hold that up for me, Brian, you can also put it underneath a sweater like this.
Oh,
so
great.
you do get a nice, you know, it's a preppy look, but also you can, it's dressy but casual as well.
Good. And the look with the sweater is still in for this year?
Absolutely, yes.
Good, wonderful. We're going to get back to a few more things here, but I'm going to turn it over to Tara, and we'll get right back with some things on chocolate, which is something at Christmas time.
Thanks, Brian. Yes, Christmas and chocolate. You don't really need a holiday for the chocolate, but here with me is Vida Turok, a local raw chocolatier. Hi, welcome.
Hi, Tara. Thank you.
Always nice having you here and talking about your product. So tell us about your product, because it's not just chocolate.
No, it's not. What's so different about my chocolate than your commercial chocolates that you get is that it's a raw chocolate. And that what makes it raw is based on this guy here, which is the bean. And all chocolate comes from what's called the cacao bean. And this is most of your chocolates, the beans are roasted, but with raw chocolate, the beans are sun-dried. So they're dried in the sun, so there's no heating done to it. Yeah.
So it's because when people think raw, they think just raw.
Fruits and vegetables.
Thank you. I'm trying to think how we can do this like a zucchini or something like that, but it's not. It's just what the temperature is the difference.
It's based on heating. The whole philosophy behind, the science behind raw is that nothing's heated over 118 degrees. And so with chocolate, to make chocolate raw, it's never heated above that temperature.
And why is raw? Because raw is becoming more popular, which is good. Why is raw more healthy than the non-raw chocolate?
It's higher in nutrients.
Right.
It's higher in phytonutrients, antioxidants. It has a better energy to it.
So it's a healthy chocolate.
It's a healthy chocolate, and it tastes great.
It does. So also, can we talk a little bit about the science? Because there is a science with it as well. Is that with the temperature, the process, just quickly, just so people know a little bit?
Take a little bit back, in that chocolate's been around for a long time. We didn't actually, the Europeans had discovered chocolate for probably it wasn't until about the 1600s. But chocolate goes back to 900 BC. It dates back to that time where it was drank. It wasn't until the 1800s that actually the first chocolate bar was actually done, and so what we know is a chocolate bar today, but before it was a drink. So but what the science behind the chocolate bar is based on we call tempering. And tempering is when you bring the heat up to a certain temperature, bring it back down, bring it back, so it crystallizes and it creates a bond so that it can stay stable. Like you'll see this in that solid form, so it won't melt. It'll melt at body temperature, but it won't melt at room temperature.
very interesting.
Yeah, so there's a science behind that.
There is. I like that. In science, I have respect for science and of course chocolate. So why chocolate? Why did you get involved with chocolate?
Great question. I first of all, I never liked chocolate.
Huh?
I was one of those girls that like everybody be like, what the heck? What do you mean you don't like chocolate? I didn't like chocolate until I discovered raw chocolate, and it's because of the nutrients. I was drawn to the fact that there was, I felt good when I had raw chocolate as compared to your roasted, your standard commercial chocolates. So that's what drew me into it. And so I wanted to come up with a chocolate that was healthy, that was diabetic friendly, that everybody can enjoy. No GMOs, no sulfites, no soy, no dairy, no gluten. So it's free of all those allergens. So I worked really hard at sourcing my ingredients, because my ingredients are also fair trade and certified organic. So there's a lot of ethics behind the ingredients I use as well.
So where can we buy this ethical chocolate and healthy chocolate?
Well, you can order directly through me. I'm on Facebook. It's Rawkolates is the name, and it's also available at Clinical Nutrition on Prideaux Street. My chocolate bars are sold there, Shades of Green in Parksville, and I also sell at the local markets. Currently, markets are the South Wellington Market at the Cranberry Fire Hall on Wednesday evenings, and the Qualicum Beach Farmers Market on Saturday mornings.
Well, there you go, folks. And your website. You have a website as well. Do you want to plug that in quickly?
Yeah, it's a freebie, so it's a little bit long. It's Rawkolates, Rawkolates Weebly.com.
Oh, perfect. And we'll say underneath as well. Thank you, Vida, for talking about chocolate.
Thank you.
And we are going to go back to Brian and talk about men's holiday fashions.
Thanks a lot, Tara. And I've got, again, Marcia Williamson, fashion advisor at Tip Top here in Nanaimo. So, Marcia, we're going to talk about what people come in looking for. You have gentlemen that come in from young adults, teens, right through to those who are a little older and in their 50s and 60s. What kind of things do they come in looking for?
Oh, it all depends on their specific vocation, but especially right now at Christmas time, we see a lot of. We want a little bit of drama with what we're wearing. You're a perfect example. Bright red shirt, red tie. Bold colors are huge. Plum and purples, dark blues, bright greens are really big right now in fashion, and so those are foremost sellers.
Yeah, we're past the pastel shirts and ties and things like that, so we're bolder colors.
Yes, that's correct.
And obviously with the accessories in terms of the cufflinks, the shirts, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different shirts. Again, like I mentioned before, pattern on pattern is huge right now, so that's been really popular for those folks that want to do something a little more contemporary, not so much of an aggressive look. I mean, there's this solid. You can do a gray with a gray shirt with a more maybe solid tie, maybe a less flamboyant pattern ties. So there's lots of different looks that we can achieve depending on the individual. What we do is we tend to read the person once they come in and see what will suit them.
Well, I know when I was getting fitted for this outfit, and one of your colleagues said, you wear the suspenders, but then you don't wear the belt. So you have one or the other, but you don't have both. So people tend to think, oh, I've always worn a belt, I should wear that with the suspenders.
Yes.
And you don't do that. I love this color. It's just a nice deep color. But let's look at a couple of the sweaters that you have here. And this is a shirt and sweater combination that would go with this gray. You wouldn't have it with this red, but certainly these two colors are great.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a popular look
is that plum color,
yes,
right?
all plum all the time. So this has been a huge color. I mean, you can put it with a solid shirt, you can put it with a pattern shirt. It's sold out so quickly, and it's a lot of fun to see this color stay in fashion year in year over again. So. Now, Matt asked me before, we got to wrap it up. What's some quick faux pas people come in with? They hold back. They hold back too much. They think they cannot wear something because they can't pull it off, and that is it's not true. They can pull much more off than they think they can. So bolder the better. Bright colors. Yes. So I'm going to just recap that. Bright colors, pattern on pattern. Great look. Yeah. Thank you very much for coming in, Marcia. Your website is on the screen right now. Perfect. And people can look up that and get in touch with your store. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you. So let's head over to the band and Christmas cheer.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we had gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. From God our heavenly Father, a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds brought tidings of the same, how that in Bethlehem was born the Son of God by name. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. The shepherds at those tidings rejoiced much in mind, and left their flocks a feeding in tempest, storm, and wind, and went to Bethlehem straightway this blessed babe to find. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. But when to Bethlehem they came, whereat this infant lay, they found him in a manger where oxen feed on hay. His mother Mary kneeling unto the Lord did pray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Now to the Lord sing praises, all you within this place, and with true love and brotherhood each other now embrace. This holy tide of Christmas all other doth deface. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Thanks very much. That was Christmas cheer. And so that was a little bit of Christmas cheer. And now we're going to be talking about some other things that could happen at Christmas time. Tutoring for our kids, which is not necessarily something we think about Christmas time, Christmas cheer. But you do tutoring with a twist, Amber. This is Amber Scotchburn. And tell me a little bit about your background and how you got into tutoring.
Sure. I taught for 12 years in Ontario before moving to the island. And before that, I did social work. And my passion in both those careers was to work with kids that were considered at risk.
Right. So that's an interesting combination. I mean, it's, in a lot of ways, teaching and social work go together really well, and especially when you're talking about at-risk kids. But you're not just tutoring at-risk kids. There are kids that maybe the parents want their marks to be boosted, I guess, or various other reasons that they might come to as well, and homeschoolers as well.
Yes. Our biggest population of tutoring at the moment is homeschoolers. We also do a lot of high-level maths, and we do all ages and all subject areas.
And so now you actually you're an administrator. You're not actually out there teaching as much. You're more or less on the front end doing things like this and publicizing what you do. Tell me about, you're between Duncan and Qualicum, is that your range?
Yes, currently we service all areas between Duncan and Qualicum, but we have 7 tutors. 7
tutors, okay, that's what I needed to know. And so your tutors are tutors with a twist. So tell me a little bit about the twist.
Sure, the biggest part of the twist is that we pair every academic subject with a life skill. So it could be something as simple as teaching a child to put their hand up in class that doesn't put their hand up currently to be able to ask the questions, so their parents actually don't have to pay for tutoring, as well as maybe how to use an agenda, how to study for a test, and the biggest one is how they learn.
Right. And so parents can be involved in the learning right now because you're having a little bit of a challenge, a contest. Tell me about the contest that you're doing between now and the 6th of January. If people are watching this after the 6th, then it will be finished. But tell me about the contest.
Sure. It's called the Brain Freeze Challenge. And so that while kids are on their holidays, so that they don't go back to school in January and sort of forgotten things or maybe gotten a little bit out of routine, the challenge is if they do 30 minutes a day of an activity. It could be doing a board game, could be doing a random act of kindness, could be cooking, as you're going to have in the next segment. All of those have different teaching tools within them. So for every 30 minutes that they do, they log it onto our website and they're entered into a raffle to win a Kindle.
Right, so they're going to, that's really interesting because you were saying that the parents can actually be involved in this, the family. It can be fun. It doesn't have to be
absolutely
learning per se, but it can be over the holidays. So you were telling me that it's going to be, I'm trying to remember the last day. It's January the 6th. The draw will be on the 6th, sorry, and the contest closes on the 3rd of January.
Yes, so the contest is open right now, and it's open till January the 3rd, and then we'll be drawing for the Kindle on January the 6th.
Right, but that doesn't mean that people can stop doing that kind of fun stuff together. I mean, it really gets people going, I guess. It gets the kids going, gets the families working together in doing the learning.
Yes, our biggest hope is that that it will just become a habit, and people want to sit down and do board game, or want to cook together, or want to do something, and it's not this traditional learning that people don't think of as fun.
That's great. And if people want to find out more, they can always go to your website, and they can find out more from you, and they can also find out more about the program itself and entering for the Kindle.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks so much, Amber.
Thank you for having me.
And now we're going to go over back to Matt.
Thank you so much, Joan and Amber as well. And of course, you're tuning in right now to the show here on Shaw TV. So far in this episode, we've learned about some raw chocolate, awesome stuff. We've also got some men's fashion advice. Well, pretty obviously by the fact of what I'm wearing. There we go, nice thumbs up from Raymond there. Brian looked pretty good too. And also we talked about Operation Red Nose. So just a reminder there, flashing up the funny little reindeer on there. A great service here in Nanaimo. So again, they are still looking for volunteers. So give them a call, 250-740-6572. Number again, 250-740-6572. Volunteer for one of the, again, the most best programs. Get home alive, get your car home safe as well. All right, later on the show, we've got some more songs coming up from the Christmas cheer group, as well as a Christmas discussion with Andrew Roberts. We're going to find out about some amazing events being put on by the City of Nanaimo Parks and Rec. Great events where you can get your whole family involved. Not like my family who just sits around the fire doing eggnog chugging contests, which is a contest where if you win, you actually pretty much lose at the same time. It's pretty darn disgusting. Anyways, we're going to kick off with some better topics on holiday food. Tara Keeping again, who keeps getting all of these amazing segments. I'm going to throw it over to her now, and she has got some word on some Christmas party appies. Tara, over to you.
Thanks, Matt. I did share my beer segment with you, though. The holidays are upon us, and oh yes, and the wine, the cheer. And so is the entertaining and the food. And we are so lucky and fortunate to have the talented, amazing local chef here, Sarah Wallbank. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
And we're going to talk food.
Yes.
So, and more importantly, the appetizers, the hors d'oeuvres part of the preparing. So what are we going to do today?
Well, I've got several things that I think are really simple and come together either really quickly or have a really great shelf life. So when you have unexpected guests or you're strapped for time, that you can just easily go into your fridge and put these things together.
So this is something that we can just whip up, right?
You should just be able to whip it up. And so you know what, I'll start with the simplest thing, which is the spicy nuts. And all you need to do is get a selection of nuts that you like to eat. So I happen to have almonds, walnuts, and pecans, and mix together sugar, salt. I've got cinnamon and cayenne here. Whip an egg white, toss your nuts in the egg white, toss it in the sugar mixture, and then bake it at 300 degrees for about 25 minutes.
Okay, now I'm going to ask a silly question here.
No silly questions.
Okay, the egg white, are you going to mix it in with, where do you put the egg white?
You're going to put the egg whites in with your nuts.
Oh, I see.
And
okay.
then toss that, and then take those wet, now those egg white coated nuts, and then put them on top of your sugar mixture.
Okay.
And then put on a sheet tray.
Oh, that's easy. I always have to ask because I always think, oh, it looks so easy when you see the chef do it, and then I try to do it, and I have to Google things and everything. So I just wanted to double check.
No, absolutely. That's
That
great.
is easy. Okay.
So that's really easy. And then another really easy one is stuffed dates. So I've got medjool dates here, and so we've got a flower end there. So when you're preparing them, just take off that flower end, discard that, get yourself a little paring knife, cut through, just so it's in half, and then take out this pip, replace the pip with a bit of cheese, close it up.
Oh.
Prosciutto, so go to your, I mean, if you like prosciutto or bacon, you can do either, right? So go to your local deli and get them to slice prosciutto really thin and just cut it yourself so you have a little cummerbund for your dates, and that's it.
And that is very easy. And you know what, when you see this, because of the way it's presented and stuff, you think it's just so much more than what you're doing.
That's right. So this is it, and I'll just do one more because it's really that easy. Just stuff it in there.
Does it have to be like a blue cheese, like a soft cheese?
Well, I like having something that's a little bit picante in, because I think the medjool's being really sweet. It's a good compliment. That being said, stuff it with any cheese that you like. You know, you could put in plain cream cheese, or you could put in another kind of blue. You know, anything goes, really.
Right. Okay, so, but you did this on purpose because you're thinking of the different of the taste with
the taste and the way. So we've got our saltiness here, and that balances with the sweetness, and then the textures are really nice because of the yieldingness of the gorgonzola and the way that blends with the medjool dates. Because the medjool dates are just so creamy and fudgy that there's a wonderful taste sensation, and then the way that all of those elements work together. It's a really nice balanced dish, super delicious.
And that is really good that you brought that up, because it is like with the difference with the taste, because you do the aftertaste and everything, and that's I'm not a foodie,
and texture's a big thing too, right? A lot of people focus on taste, but texture is so huge for the experience.
It is. No, I agree.
And then you can make these ahead and just have them in your fridge. You can have these just squirreled away. If somebody comes out, you just pop them out. That's it. And same with the nuts too. And then I thought, okay, well, how can we use, you know, one product twice so you're doing less work? And so this is a little crostini. So we just have bread. So if you have a bit of baguette left over, slice it, bake it. So this is just some of our organic.
Okay. And how long do you have to put it in the oven? I'm going to ask the
ask the
very
questions.
easy questions.
Till it's crispy. I hate to say that, but it's
when it's crispy.
You know, every oven is different, but if you have it on a low temperature and leave it for about 15 minutes, it should crisp up really nicely. And so to finish that dish, it's just honey.
Honey, okay.
And that's it. So, you know, be generous with it. So we've got crostini at the bottom, so any kind of baguette that you happen to have around, and whipped ricotta, as well as the nut that we did earlier, and then honey on top.
So you can't go wrong with cheese. You have to add cheese with everything. And then what else do we have here?
So the last thing that we have is mussels, because they take almost no time to make. Right. So I've got local Salt Spring Island mussels here, and there's one thing that I wanted to talk about with mussels in their preparation that's a little bit key. And you know, if we can show that on a camera. Do we have a camera that can?
Charlotte, right there.
There we go. If you can see that, whoops, let me get my fingers out of the way. So I mean, people say beard the mussels, right? So that little thing right there is what they feed with. That's what they're grabbing food with.
Mussel, hey?
That's a bearded mussel. So before you cook your mussels, you beard them. So do this right before you cook it. You just grab it
and then
pull it.
And pull it.
And that's it. And because it's unpleasant to eat, but if it's there, just pull it out.
And thank goodness that we have another segment, because we have to go, but we're going to talk food because it goes so quickly here. So we are going to go. Where are we going? Andrew, there he is.
Thanks, Sarah. Well, I'm here with Auliya Vicious, Oliver Galloway, and oh, hey, I didn't recognize you there, Matt, without the usual dust cloud around you. So nice that you cleaned up today. How are you guys doing?
Very well, very well.
Excellent. Well, it's a Christmassy type episode, so I guess I got to ask you some Christmassy type questions.
I guess so.
So let's go with your favorite Christmas movie. Auliya?
Oh, without a doubt, a Muppets Christmas Carol. It's been a tradition in my family since I was like 3. So Muppets Christmas Carol, always, every year.
Right on. And
I would say It's a Wonderful Life. Good
Classic.
Classic, yeah.
Matt?
And for me, it'd be Die Hard.
Yes. Perfect.
That's a great movie. Actually, there's a new
Violent Christmas movie. Is the best Christmas.
So I do like the leg lamp in it's a Christmas Story, right? Has the dad with the leg lamp, the BB gun. Yeah, that's an awesome one too.
Excellent. And now, what was the best Christmas present you ever gave somebody?
Oh, well, I probably still claim the fancy bread maker I bought my mom, because every year for as long growing up, that's all she ever wanted. Finally got her one, and that year she actually got 2 bread makers. And then who used it the most? Me.
Oh, I bought my girlfriend a nice camera once. That's probably
that's a good
prize
yeah,
gift, I
good
guess.
present. For sure. Matt?
A really shiny $10 London Drugs gift card. It was really well received. I remember that exactly.
Nice.
In fact, she ran away to the store right at the moment after I gave it to her. So I assume she was really happy.
Impressive. Probably just to run away from you, but
well,
no?
hopefully not. I don't know. She never came back, but
she ran away. That's
she did. Obviously to go buy, a magazine or something. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That's right. Now,
Oliver's got my back.
All right, moving along. What was the worst Christmas present you ever got?
You start with me again? Okay. The worst, again, gonna go way back from when I was younger. I guess I was like 15. A friend of the family gave me underwear with Barbie logos all over it, and I was too old for it, and they were really massive, like granny panties for Barbie. Yeah, from a family friend, not even from a family member.
Oh, that's depressing.
So that was, not good.
That's Andrew's worst gift as well, too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Something in common then.
Oliver.
One time I got an iTunes gift card and I still haven't spent it. I just steal all my music.
Nice. Excellent.
I guess the worst gift I half received was from a music store. My parents had bought me this little digital music arranger thing, like $500, a real awesome gift, right? They didn't put it in the box. So Christmas Day comes up, I'm all stoked, rip it open. Yeah, it's always wanted to open up. Nothing.
Oh.
And so I cried. And this was just last year too.
Yeah.
So it was rough. So any retailers out there, please make sure to put the gifts in the box after you've shown them off to the unwitting parents.
All right, well, what do you want for Christmas?
What do I want? Well, I basically want every guitar and string instrument in the world that I could ever find, but that's a little far-fetched. So I'd settle with a printer so I can print some CD covers. Yeah.
Awesome new suit like Matt has on. That'd be nice.
It's a rental.
I was gonna ask for a sweater just like Oliver's got on. I tell you, this is a nice suit though. I could probably use some more nice wear as well. If you actually look at any of the shows on YouTube, I'm wearing the same 3 shirts in every 3 shows.
That's right.
It's pretty embarrassing. Right?
I'm gonna go back and look and check on those.
You probably should, yeah. In fact, if you guys can give me your sweaters afterwards, I really appreciate it.
You can't have this one. You can have the other one maybe.
No. Well, thanks guys for being here. Thanks for the interview, and you guys are going to play another song for us?
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Take it away.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or 2 ago, I thought I'd take a ride. Soon Miss Fanny Bright, seated by my side. Horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot.
go. Story I must tell. I went out on the snow, and on my back I fell. Riding by in a one-horse open sleigh. He laughed as their eyes scrolling line, but quickly drove away. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. One more. Now the ground is white. Go in while you're young. Take the girls tonight. Sing this sleighing song. Get a bobtail bay. 240 as his speed. Hitch him to an open sleigh, and crook, you'll take the lead. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Thank you to Auliya, Oliver, and of course Matt, our Christmas cheer group. I have with me today some staff from Nanaimo, the city of Nanaimo. It's called, I think it was last called, Nanaimo Parks, Recreation and Culture. And we're going to talk about a couple of big events. And first of all, let's talk to Gary Patterson, and we also have Deborah Beck. But Gary, you can tell us a little bit about something that's become a bit of a tradition in Nanaimo, is Winter Wonderland, and it's a chance where you dress up the arena, particularly Frank Crane Arena, and turn it into a Winter Wonderland. Tell me about it.
The Winter Wonderland event has really been an evolution from what started out as a skate with Santa, and as we've progressed forward, Winter Wonderland, then we had Winter Wonderland Rockefeller Center, and now we've gone with the canal, the Rideau Canal theme, and basically what we are trying to do is recreate that wonderful outdoor feel, that outdoor opportunity within an arena, and through the decorations, through the introduction of greenery, 45-foot tree at one end, I think we really have captured that spirit.
And we don't normally get that outdoor feeling, except I guess last week when we had the cold weather, but it's a chance to sort of skate out of the confines of hockey arena boards and dim the lights, put the Christmas lights on, and you have also a special rate, I guess, for skating, and it's, I guess the dates are, when are they? Right after Christmas?
We start on Boxing Day. We have a short day on the Boxing Day, and we run till the 30th. So it's 5 days of skating. There's 22 sessions in total, and it is all for $1. So $1 covers your admission, any skate rentals, helmet rentals that you require. You know, it really is an opportunity. It's a community outreach, allowing families to come in and recreate together. You know, that's something that Parks and Recreation really does feel strongly about, is creating that leisure opportunity for families, and just creating some really special memories.
Well, the Christmas season is really all about families, and now I guess I'll turn it over to Deb, who's talking about an event that's also has a bit of a tradition, and it's the finale event, which is on New Year's Eve.
That's right.
You're dressed up in theme because it's a Western theme this year?
That's right. It's a Western theme. We have it at the Bevan Social Center Tuesday, December 31st, like you said, and it's from 5 until 10 p.m. So we have our countdowns a little different. We have a countdown at 8 o'clock for those little ones that want to do a countdown and then head home to bed, and then another countdown at 10 p.m. So it's a fun event. It's a great family event. We have swimming and skating happening over at the pool and at the arena. We have a hockey room with the Clippers. So if you're a Clipper fan, you need to be there. Get some autographs from our Clippers. We also have new this year, Cool and Child is hosting our craft room. So they're going to be the sponsors and have really fun crafts for us this year. And then in the auditorium is our grand stage of entertainment. We have Jake West, who was with us last year, and he's fabulous. He's a juggler and an illusionist. He's also going to be our MC. Musical talent, Bill Parison will be singing with the kids, and The Big Mess. If you've never seen The Big Mess, they are hilarious. They're just a lot of fun. They're going to be singing both in the early set and in the afternoon or the later set. We also have 3 dance groups this year. We've got Sarah Raymond doing some hoedown country line dancing, and we have 2 vibe dance groups, the Lost Boys and the Foot Clan, who are always a big hit. And then finally, new to this year, because it is a Western theme, we've got the Mechanical Bull from Jump Around. They're going to be putting the Mechanical Bull together for us. So if you want to give your hand at the Mechanical Bull, come down, give it a try. Join Auntie Bobby. She's going to be wearing her Western gear too, and might even get on the Mechanical Bull. We'll see.
Well, so dress up in your Western garb, bring out your skates, take a swim, and enjoy the entertainment. Now, the information on that is on the screen right now, and it's through your City of Nanaimo website at www.nanaimo.ca, or call Bevan Park at 756-5200. So thank you, Deb. Thank you, Gary, for coming in. It's a chance, and Christmas is all about family. This is a chance to get out there and have a great, safe event on New Year's Eve, as well as take in the Winter Wonderland leading up to that. Let's head over to, I guess I got to just check on that, to Tara, back with some hors d'oeuvres.
Yes, thanks, Brian. Yay, we're back with Sarah Wallbank, and we are going to finish talking about our Christmas holiday hors d'oeuvres. We left with the mussels, the Salt Spring mussels.
That's right, so Salt Spring Island mussels, again, the reason I chose this is because it's really fast to make. So once you buy your mussels, just give them a rinse, give them a scrub, beard them as we looked at just at the previous segment. So right before you serve them or you're going to cook them, beard those.
Okay.
And then the ingredients that we have in this dish, it's really classic and simple shallot. So we've got shallot there. That's a shallot if you're looking for it in the supermarket. So we have shallot, we have garlic, we have thyme. This happens to be lemon thyme from our patio. Nice. And some nice local bay laurel, and then butter. So you saute these together until they begin to become translucent. We're not looking for color. We're just looking at the onions become translucent. And then the next important ingredient, wine.
Yes, it is.
So put in wine, allow that to come up to temperature and start to reduce a little bit. And then you're going to put in your closed mussels.
Okay.
Fire a lid on there. Wait, peek, wait, peek. And then once the mussels have opened, they're cooked. Get the mussels out of that broth. Cook off the broth a little bit more. Let the broth sort of reduce down. No, boil it.
Okay, boil it. Okay.
Bring it down, and then take it off the heat. Throw in a couple knobs of butter. Just stir that together, and then pour it over top of your mussels, and you've got a dish in about, well, gosh, it's got to be less than 5 minutes. It's really, really easy, really, really fast, and super delicious.
It does, and it does look good. And we were just saying on the break there, because I was picking your brain, what are some of the things that you think of when you're putting things together? Because I know this might sound so easy to you, but someone like myself, I'm like, how do you think about the texture and then the different, the tastes that are going to complement each other?
Well, I guess maybe it's like picking out an outfit.
Oh, okay.
And so if you think, okay, well, what am I going to wear today? And you think, oh, this will go well with this, and then you put it on, and you're just like, ooh, that doesn't work. Well, it's the same with food. So you might try that flavor combination, think, oh, actually, that wasn't a great idea. So, but it helps you learn then what is going to work well together, and so then you can change your direction and then bring in something that is going to work for your palate.
Okay, is there any like tips that you can give us, any tried and true ways that you've done that you know that complement well?
Oh, well, there's maybe too many to list.
Okay. Well, think of like what we have here for the holidays, something that's quick.
Quick and easy. You know what? You want something quick and easy? Get a nice jar of preserves, a good couple of cheeses, and some crackers, and then it doesn't matter. I mean, if you've got a good couple of bottles of wine in the house and you've got that, then and some nice chocolates, maybe some Rawkolates, then why not? You have a party you have a party ready to go. It's that simple.
So I'm just going to quickly ask you, why did you get involved with the cooking and being a chef, and you have a restaurant and stuff? Why? Why cooking? Why?
Well, I spent a lot of years in academia. I was teaching abroad for a number of years, and I've got this huge sort of creative drive, but I'm also incredibly practical. So I'm like, that's the perfect marriage. Food, you know, it's creative, it's exciting. I get to use my imagination all the time, but at the same time, it's very sort of like useful and fun. It's something I had to share with people on a daily basis. So it's really joyful. It's really about bringing people together.
It does.
Around food and being creative, just having fun.
Well, you'll see that after we'll bring everyone, like all the Shaw people around. I tell you, when we have food here, everyone kind of gravitates there because food does bring people together. Now, I'm going to give you a plug. You want to do a plug before we leave again?
Riso restaurant, and we're in Lantzville. It's just, well, gosh, from Shaw, it's only about a 5-minute drive. It's really quick to get there.
And it is really good food. I've had your food there.
We
and
make everything from scratch, from preserves to bread to bacon. We've got a little bakery on site.
And you're good with all the GMOs and everything.
That's right. We try to be very conscientious about what it is that we're purchasing and what we're preparing. So give us a call. Come in for lunch or dinner, or stop in at our bakery for delicious treats and breads.
Well, thank you so much for being here and preparing all this lovely, lovely food. I don't know if we're supposed to be going over to, are we going to Matt? Where's Matt? Matt's all over the place.
Well, when trying to get to the wine is what I'm trying to do, exactly.
Sneaking up behind.
Exactly. Oh, beautiful stuff. And again, thank you so much, Sarah, for coming down on the show and showing us off again. Obviously, one of the great, we're going to talk about Christmas memories, and one of the great memories for many folks is the feasting and great eating that happens on. So thank you so much for your contributions to the culinary scene here and coming on the show. It's much appreciated.
Thank you kindly.
All right, and thanks, Tara, again, for hooking up, again, food and chocolate.
I know.
Get you more often. Anyway, it's all right. We're almost coming to the end of the show right now, and this time I actually don't really have any bad puns at all this time, because we're actually going to talk to our hosts instead, and for a little bit of some holiday cheer and some holiday memories as well, as Raymond runs for it back there. So I'm just going to, oh, there they are all ready to go. Perfect. All right, here's where I'm going to muscle my way in here. Oh man, we are just love these suits here. Anyways, yeah, so basically on the spirit of the holidays, I just sort of wanted to ask all of the hosts to sort of come up with one experience or memory that sort of signifies the best of the Christmas spirit for you guys. Andrew, you want to start? No, let's go last. All right.
The best of the Christmas spirit.
That's the Christmas spirit.
Well, you know what? I loved was it the Christmas of '96, and we got totally snowed in, and we didn't have to go anywhere. And I had my kids, and I've got a lot of kids. I've got 6 kids, and so I was able to be with them and not think about anything else except just being in the house. And we couldn't even get out because the door was covered with snow. So that to me was really exciting and really Christmassy. Like, that was such a nice feeling because it was just forced relaxation with our family.
Very cool, very cool. Tara, what about you?
One word for me would be festive. Everything is festive. I just like how everyone is festive in the giving spirit, just with family time, memories, food, the festive cheer, the trees, and just everything looks so sparkly and pretty.
All right, all right. And Brian, what about you?
Well, Joan talked about that great snowstorm in the 90s. I think Christmas is about family, but I can remember that time. We were down in Victoria for a hockey tournament, Christmas and hockey tournaments and things like that, but we got snowed in Victoria. So Victoria didn't have a snowplow at the time, I don't think at all. And we got snowed in, didn't get out of town for probably about 3 or 4 days until they could clear the roads and everything else. So it was a great time to enjoy the snow, the time with family, and just enjoyed it, and Christmas and hockey tournaments are synonymous.
All right, and one from Andrew as well, keeper of the mic.
What was the question?
One moment experience that best represents the Christmas spirit for you.
Definitely snowball fights. Definitely.
Exactly. And once again, we bring back to violence on Christmas, apparently something else we have in common. So, all right, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in and watching the show here on Shaw TV. Big thanks to all our folks in front of the cameras, behind the scenes, our volunteers, our staff, our guests, our hosts. And again, if you want to check us out on Facebook, we're on facebook.com/theshowonshaw. Check out previous episodes, some photos, and much, much more. Again, thanks so much everyone involved. It's the last show of 2013. We're going to send it out with one more Christmas carol with our band here. And again, everyone's invited to sing along as well. So I want to make my way over there, but once again, thank you so much for watching the show right here on Shaw TV. Yes. Yeah.
Said the night to the little lamb. Do you see what I see? Up in the sky, little lamb. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Star, star, dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite. With a tail as big as a kite. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy. Do you hear what I hear? Do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy. Do you hear what I hear? Do you hear what I hear? A song high above the trees with a voice as big as the sea. With a voice as big as the sea. Said the shepherd boy to the mighty king. Do you know what I know? Do you know what I know? In your palace warm, mighty king. Do you know what I know? Do you know what I know? A child shivers in the cold. Bring him silver and gold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Said the king to the people everywhere. Listen to what I say. Listen to what I say. Pray for peace everywhere. Listen to what I say. Listen to what I say. The